is Rose Yusuf Kaiser, and this is the program Her Lens, where we get to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues right here on Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. How is your Tuesday going? Yes, it's Tuesday already. And of course, today is the 17th day in the month of February 2026. Okay, so hopefully your Tuesday is going on well and everything is good with you. Work is going on well as well. All right, so it's still the month of Valentine, so don't think that Valentine is just for one day and that's it. It's still the month of Valentine. So I hope that you get to have the best of it and you get to keep spreading the love all around. All right, so this morning we have quite a couple of things to talk about on the program Highlands this morning. Quite a couple of things to talk about. Now, this one is a health scare. Well, will I really say it's a health scare because a lot of things, a lot of times rather, Binabo has actually mentioned Pomo, what is going on with Pomo? What is going on with Pomo? When can Pomo? Are we sure that what we're eating is really Pomo? Are we sure that what we're eating is healthy? Now, NAFDAC impounds 120 tons of imported chemical-laden Pomo. Why are we even importing Pomo in the first place? Why are we even importing it in the first place? Anyway, so this particular one says that NAFDAC impounds 120 tons of imported chemical-laden Pomo. Now, it goes on to say that the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has announced a seizure of 120 tons of imported chemical-laden animal hides and skins, popularly known as Pomo. The agency, in a statement released on Sunday, February 20, said the large quantities of dangerous pomo were intercepted at 6 different locations in Lagos. Now, the Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Mojishola Adeye, said that 7 suspects allegedly involved in the act are currently under investigation. Now, she added that the samples of the product have been sent to the laboratory for testing to ascertain the product quality and unwholesomeness. The street value of the product currently intercepted is estimated to be around 25,330 million naira only. Now, that wishes to advise consumers and retailers of Pomo not to patronize importers of hides and skin for consumable animal skin, she said. She added that the health hazard inherent in the consumption of such animal hides include risk of liver, kidney, heart damage, increased risk of aplastic anemia, central nervous system toxicity, and cancer, among several others. Now, the report still goes on to say that the general public is hereby encouraged to be very vigilant and exercise discretion when purchasing animal hides for more and indeed other food items. Now, it also goes on to say that NAFDAC is fully alive to her responsibilities of assuring the safety, wholesomeness, and quality of processed food offered for sale to the public, she said. Now, this is to tell us that yes, NAFDAC is on top of the issue, but even at that, my question is why were we importing Pomo in the first place? I don't know, but it just sounds one kind. Why are we importing Pomo? Pomo that we get to see. I mean, every other day, if you go to the hundreds or thousands of abattoirs that we have, both the sites that we know that are, that we know as abattoirs and the ones that we don't even know, they kill animal every day. Okay, let's even say cow, because now from cow, now we dey see the Pomo where we dey eat mostly. Abi, so out of the hundreds of cows that are being killed daily in this Nigeria for the purpose of consumption, all of those hides, all of the skin that we get from the cow, they reach us because there are some that are dried, there are some that are sold fresh, and there are some that they get to boil, dry it and all of that to preserve it before it even gets to the final consumer. So with all of these things that are going on, why are we even importing it in the first place? Because now this importation now it don't they cost wahala. But even at that safe, the ones that we have in the country gone safe, are they how are we sure of how they're being processed? Okay, what is the process of preserving it? what is the process of its process. I don't know if you get it. All right, so this is, a day that we could actually call in and lend our voice to this, because for more it's like the most common, um is it meat? It's not meat now. It's the most common, and it's not protein. And not be say it gets any kind, you know, nutritional value like that. But just sake of say make you see something they hang for inside your soup. Make you just see something where you fit you. Now make more they deal. Because sometimes even me myself, when I look at more eating it now, waiting now just to pull your mouth. That's all, just to pull your mouth. And we know some people that cannot eat without having at least some momo inside their food. So let's get to hear from you, especially if you're a Pomo lover and this thing happens. What then, what comes to mind? If you're a Pomo lover, what comes to your mind as this is, happening presently? What comes to your mind? This is your Women Radio WFM 91.7. Do well to dial the number 07000 917 917. You can also dial 09155 917 917. Feel free to send us WhatsApp messages or text messages to 070 317 56537 or 08155 917 917. These are the numbers to get in touch with us this morning on the program. And we're looking at the issue of FOMO, because FOMO is like the most common, although you don't even go expensive now, it's the most common that you get to have, that everybody can, get to afford it. I'm not even sure if it's everybody that can even afford FOMO at this point now that we're in. But that's the most common, uh, would I say, protein-like substance that we get to have, on our meals presently. Can we even afford it in the first place? And even if we can afford it, why are we even having to import it in the first place? Why are we having imported hides, skin into the country that is for our own consumption? And like I said earlier, out of the plenty cows that are killed every day in this our country, is it that the skins of those cows is not enough to hold or to power our consumption in the whole country? Because it is a thing of concern, if you ask me. All right, let's get to hear, from Ibinabo on this, because I mean, it is a healthcare, and she is one that has been talking about, some of the food that we get to eat, especially on this momo. There are some momo that when you hold it, it doesn't look like it. There are some momo that in fact, the environment where you buy it from, or the ones that you get to buy from, the sellers, you said when you look the best way they sell and you look the promo itself, it gets discouraging. But then again, person just wants something on top of your food. As you know, if you afford meat now, make you buy promo. Even if you can afford meat, there are some people that love promo, so they eat promo. So let's get to hear from you, Bina. But what's your thoughts on this? And what do you think? Because right now we're seeing that NAFDAC is on top of the issue. So, but but my own question is, why are we even importing for more in the first place? Why are we importing it? That's just my own. But let's get to hear your thoughts on this, Binabo. You're welcome. Good morning.
Okay, good morning, Lady Rose. Good morning to all our valued listeners. It's great to be here. You see, when you hear me have pomo, that some pomo look like they have eczema, or this chronic eczema. You wonder. You see, I'm not a lover of pomo like that. You understand? But I've come to realize that there are some. I have friends who they like. When I was in the UK, I have this friend. Each time she was getting ready to come to Nigeria, she was looking forward to pomo. Pomo. I said, pomo isha. You understand? So, like you rightly said, pomo is not necessarily the kind of meat that only the poor would want to buy because it is cheap. Yes, it is. Compared to the cost of meat, beef, it is not cheap. I mean, it is not expensive, but on its own it is, because if you look at it, now which kind of nutritional value it gets, but there's something about it is in the mind. It is the thing about ponmo is in the mind. So you see, when you see all of these things, it's not just ponmo. You see, we are. I'm applauding the DG of NAFDAC because it is not easy. You know, in the days of the Akumili, firstly the population wasn't this much. Then the people who are into selling some crazy things as food are not as many as we have today. That is why they have to up their game. They have to be everywhere. If they need to, like I would always say, if they need to unbundle, let them unbundle, because it's not funny. Ponmo is one of the many crazy food they sell in the marketplaces. Ponmo is just one of them. I mentioned there was you know, ugu is very good. Ugu is very good for our health. This pumpkin is very good. If you go and check the nutritional value of pumpkin, you will know that, but indeed, God bless us for this country.
Yeah.
But on it, that day I went to a market, Mushi market to be precise, and I saw this ugu, this lady selling ugu. I went with a friend, went to check some things, and they would say, I mean, we even buy market, maybe we even do a boss more, look around, and if there's anything to buy, let's buy, and all of that. And I saw this ugu. If you see the leaf be like hand fan. Say, I saw leaf fresh, come big. So I bought. And that same day, when I got home, I ran into a video of some, those people were dressed like, I think they are from, this, I don't know, sir. And they started talking about ugu. Well, like, now they monitor me. They showed us ugu normal, as it looked flabby and everything, just came from the farm. It was flabby. And then they sprayed this particular chemical on it. And right there and there, the ugu was right. The leaves were rising, expanding, rising, expanding. And the ugu looked like the one we are buying from Mushi. Now, if you choke me, say, yeah. It was just as if God was trying to tell me something about ugu. The ugu that poor man go chop. Say, if you don't get thing, you go buy ugu, buy egusi, buy pepper, take do soup, make husband, wife, and children chop. So now, in what aspect do we want to blame the government for this? Where the government must come in is from the angle of NAFDAC. They cannot do everything, but do a random check. Spot checking is important in this day and time in Nigeria. I told you, somebody said she bought beans, and the whole of our kitchen area was
smelling
kerosene. And she was like, I don't use this stuff in my house. Why? She now traced it to the beans that she ordered for it, and they brought it for her. She said she quickly called the woman, Madam, come. See, we don't come out so amount. We can't return it because they don't pour for water. Don't carry the remaining go. If you don't want to make a call police. The woman carried it and was like, not be by myself, buy am. I know what's in there. I think it's from farm, this and that. I think it's to kill weevil. If you want to kill bean weevil, are you actually killing bean weevil, or you are gradually killing human beings who will chop the beans? So let us, I'm just appealing to everybody. I know that the economy is not friendly. We are all trying to survive in it. We are all trying to meet up with all the expenses, plus the ugly face of the economy and all of that. That does not mean that you should just begin to gradually kill people. The other time we saw a woman trying to make fufu, saw all the things she put in to soak the cassava. I saw a video of somebody trying to make palm oil. A little bit of banga that they need to make palm oil, and the rest was chemical. And the oil was all red. And I see this oil in the market. I'm not God. I am not omnipresent. So I cannot be everywhere. So if I, as a human being, one person, I have been able to discover these things. Then what is NAFDAC doing? Not discovering it. Because if they have punished 1, 2, 3 people in the for palm oil, for if you sell bad palm oil, then you will leave NAFDAC official to who sold the bulk of it for you. So from there, then we know where the source dey. If you check the market and you see all these terrible ponmo, it's not only ponmo, out of rice, out of other food items, other vegetables. Somebody said she bought carrots, and that carrot was in her house for almost a month. The thing no spoil.
And she not put inside fridge.
Yes, carrots. E no spoil. This day as e dey kampe.
And it was not inside the fridge.
No, it was on the dining there. She left it on the dining, and she said she kept looking at it for a month. This thing, you know, even try to do like say, I mean, I chop because I go spoil. Oh. So I said, maybe carrot don't maybe carrot get natural preservatives. You don't know. Maybe NAFDAC tell us. On the other side, when you buy carrot again, there was this carrot I bought. If I say the carrot they wait for me, I reach house. As I got home, I bought it on the roadside. All of those guys selling carrot, I just bought. I put the carrots, the same place on my dining. That was in the afternoon. By evening, the carrot done the puncture itself. You can't do like say get holes. And these holes, that's what the thing they melt. It's like the carrot they melt, they soften. So if you dip your finger, it will just go like you're scooping out pawpaw from inside carrot. No, pawpaw is soft. You're scooping, no, is it pawpaw or should I say pear, avocado? You know, all these things. Even if you want to eat, you want to eat right, you want to eat vegetable, you want to eat all this good farm fresh vegetables to stay healthy. You don't know what you are eating. When you go to the market, you see them spraying it with a certain kind of water. I think it's ordinary water. NAFDAC should sometimes randomly check these things and check what is and check. The other time we saw a video of somebody, they have cut the pineapple. They want to start putting them in the nylon to tie. And they were, before then, they would dip it inside a bucket of water. And the bucket was, you know, was the colored water. The color of the water was similar to that of the pineapple they were putting into the nylon to tie to go and sell. And the lady was like, "What are you doing? What water is that?" So you see, there are so many things because of the cost of living. People are devising various dangerous means to make money. And at the end of the day, you go to the hospital, you see people, by the time they check, they just transfer it to cancer one because your ailment, no, they talk anything, you don't talk malaria, you don't talk anything, they talk strange. So when your ailment, they talk strange, they have to be careful. People are talking about fake drugs. I know it's not easy. But by the time we hear that this person has been jailed, that person has been taken off in the court, and they're doing things to people, it will serve as a deterrent. But what we don't we see in the marketplaces, we don't hear people being so punished for it. We don't hear all of these things. So it's like it's business. And some are actually acting out of ignorance, like that woman that wanted to make fufu, who sold inside a solution of painkillers and detergent. You understand? Because if she knew she was doing what was wrong, she wouldn't be stupid enough to video herself and post it on social media. Some of them are acting out of ignorance, and ignorance is not an excuse. So the appeal, as much as we are giving thumbs up to NAFDAC, NAFDAC has to do more. People are coming down with different diseases. You go work. The small money where you see, say maybe take chop. So that tomorrow you go market, you go buy poison. You go buy what you buy you small. Until one day you go see, say, what you do this belly where they rise like this? What you do this neck where they rise like? You don't know what is wrong with you. You don't even know where. I mean, before it used to be typhoid, malaria. Now some kind of bunga names now they hear, and it is scary. Do you know how many people have died and they'll tell you in a cancer? Somebody on Sunday, somebody was telling after church, a lady was telling her, was asking whether I heard about somebody, one man. I said no. She said he said he died though, that he had cancer. So I don't become like don't become like malaria. Don't become like an everyday thing that people are just dying. Have you been to the hospital? Have you been to Lagos University Teaching Hospital? Look, have you been to Ikeja, Lagos State last week? And come on, let's make God starve. Because the truth of the matter is, when you have eaten this badly prepared meal, all these dangerous food items, and then you come home with an ailment, you go to the pharmacy, you are buying fake drugs. I'm not saying everywhere, every pharmacy sells fake drugs, but what I'm saying is, you have now, don't become they will help us to hold our life together. And if they don't do their job well, I mean, I not go keep quiet. Oh. I know that woman, that VG, oh my goodness, she is saddled with a lot. How many in one count? Is it the people that are producing fake drinks?
Everywhere.
Mama will say,
every backyard.
Mama will say there's nowhere to put leg. And human know they fly. Now ground they waka. If there's nowhere to put your leg, how do you move? That is the problem. And the government must come to our rescue, because I mean it is not possible for me to walk into a place and say, how of you are producing something fake. What's they going to do? They go drag me inside, tie my eye, even buy me self, because they know I want to. But if the officials, those who have the legal grounds to do that, if they are up and doing, it will put a little bit of fear in the hearts of these people, and they will gradually begin to stop this their dangerous enterprise. But when we continue to, honestly, it is bad. It is bad. Have you been to the market? You will see different category of beans. I was shocked. I deliberately went to a Proco, go one market like that. They will tell you one is this. I said, hey. They give them different names. So please, I did beg. We need the intervention of the government. All this food must be checked. There has to be control. There has to be control. Do you know that farmers prefer to export their farm produce because they will make money in dollars? You see, there was a time, there was this, somebody that was telling me about yam, that she was traveling and she saw this lots of crops with yam tubers. And she was like, what's going on? Said that they are exporting them. So where? They are taking them to neighboring country where it will further be exported to wherever they are exporting it to. And I say, no wonder if you go markets, you go see one yam will be like, say, they don't squeeze life out of it, and they'll tell you now 2,000, now 2,000 for that 3,000. And you wonder, who's going to buy this? Where is the nutrient in this yam? So much, so many. I can go on and on. Is it water? Is it the sachet water we drink? Even when we are drinking properly prepared water, those who are selling it, they lack education. Education is the knowledge of how to properly keep this water. They spread them, they display them under the sun. So for morning, Madam don't open, Oga don't open shop. Don't bring out sachet bags of water, put for front of shop. Sun go beat them out of the lot. People will come buy. The remaining ones will go pack and enter shop. The next day, they will pack them, display them under the sun. And there is something we call leaching. When sun hits the nylon where they take pack the water, the sachet water, it go hot, it go dey leach, the chemicals go dey leach enter the water small
Into the
small.
water.
If you want to know whether this is possible, take a sachet water and put. There was a time I did something. I have a closet where I keep my perfume. Okay, so I now put sachet water there. After like maybe let's say from morning till afternoon, I picked this, poured it in a cup and drank it. It was like I put a drop of perfume in that water. That is for you to understand what this is. Then imagine you putting these bags of water under the scorching sun. And then somebody will come and buy. Sometimes when you are drinking the water, somebody told me that there was time she was drinking water and the water was tasting like rubber. Like she couldn't just, sometimes the water would taste like the chemical they used to imprint the name of the company producing the water on it. So there's so many things. People tell me a lot of things, and I tell myself, what can me only one do? That's why platforms like Panorama and Lens is always a place to exhale, to speak our mind, to appeal to the government, to appeal to relevant agencies that please help us. Help us. We are struggling to make money. We cannot use that money we struggle to make to go and buy poison and eat, because man must eat.
Yeah.
To eat to survive. So please, 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 kudos to NAFDAC. When I tell people that we're bad, they market, some people go say, you're talking about that because you know what? I don't know anything. They see, I get they see. I grew up in this country. All the travel I travel, if you put that together, I don't reach how many I don't spend for this country. I grew up in this country. I ate ponmo when I was little. I ate ponmo as a student, and I'm still eating ponmo. And I know when I see ponmo that this ponmo, so ponmo you go steam on like this. Ponmo you fire. You go steam them. The very disobedient. You know, yeah, you.
They steam rubber. You know they move ground.
The boy will just stop there like that. You go to tell me, say, eat me like this, or else your gas will finish. I mean, what can we do? The only thing we can do is to run to NAFDAC and plead with them to please look into this matter for us and help us. You're talking about imported ponmo. So the one they locally prepare. Then go burn some, maybe worn out tire. Because this thing needs very, very heavy fire. I don't know. I don't know what they want us to do. I don't know what they want us to do. They cannot come and kill all of us finish with all this kind of food they sell in the market. You that you are selling bad ponmo, don't worry that you will go and buy bad beans. You say go chop your own. All of us will chop them like that. Why? Life has no duplicate.
It
Life,
doesn't.
please, NAFDAC, well done. We appreciate you. We know it's not easy, but this is Nigeria. And you know, Nigeria, when we say survivor, they Nigeria. Now, part of it be that some people will tell you they're trying to survive, that's why they're selling all those nonsense. Please.
They want to make profit.
Exactly. We are pleading. Let your conscience take control of your thoughts. And please listen to your conscience and help. If you call murderers, if you don't raise up your hand where they sell all those nonsense, you are deceiving yourself, or you don't kill people where you don't know. It's not only that person that puts a gun to a person's head or carry machete to take one person. You where they sell all these dangerous food items in the market, pouring some things on your ugu, pouring on some things on your efo, so that it will look fresh, so that they will come and buy. You are all indirectly killing people. Let's do the right thing. Let's do the right thing. Please. Thank you, Rose.
Thank you so much, Ibinabo. Thank you for giving us your thoughts on all of this, this issue, more issue, the what do you call it, food that we talked about last week. Because if not for anything, everybody knows say you now one person where they draw people attention to the kind things where they eat. Because let's not spend our days working and toiling hard every day. We're on the road, risking our lives, and at the end of it, when it comes be saying a time for you to sit down and enjoy your money, where you don't suffer make, you can't they carry them now. They go they do hospital bills. But they carry am now, they spend that money on top of hospital. Please, oh, let's be careful. Let's be very careful of the kind of things we eat. And it's not just because you want to make profits, and then you go ahead and start doing things that will hurt another person. The thing that you yourself will not do, that you will not sit down with your family and eat. Why would you want to send it out for other people to eat, to consume, on top waiting because you want to add more money to your pocket? Because let us know what we're doing, please. All right, this is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, 20 minutes to 10, right here on Women Radio. And this is the program Highlands, where we discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues right here on Women Radio. And of course, this is, you can go ahead and dial the numbers 07000 917 917 or 09155 917 917. Let's get to hear from you this morning. Send us WhatsApp messages to 07031756537. These are the numbers to get in touch with us this morning. All right, so now let's look at let's like let's leave that issue and go back to something that we face most times, especially for young married women when it comes to childbearing, and all of that. Now, a lot of times when it comes to childbearing in marriages, fingers are always pointed to the woman, even in this 2026 where there are lots of information, where you get to hear that, most of not most a lot of the cases come from the man himself, but nobody want to look that end. So this is a lady who came out to actually tell her own side of the story, that to the extent that the mother-in-law was checking in on them if they were actually sleeping together. Now she married before she got to 30, and since then there were no kids. But now I think she has left the marriage because of a lot of other issues, not just this one. So the medical results came out. They went, checked, medical results came out. She was okay, which means that the fault was coming from the man. But the man's family, especially the mom, didn't want to see it from that angle, because she also knew the result. So instead of trying to help protect the man, instead of to help protect the son, instead they were doing it the whole wrong way. And then she herself, in the midst of it, was trying to be loyal, was trying to be protective of her husband, was trying to guide her marriage, was trying to see that the marriage works out. But in the midst of all of this, the man himself was not even helping the issue at all. So these are some of the pressure that we get to face as women individually. If women today come and can't tell you the kind of things where they face inside their marriage, if you know, ah, yeah, it go be say it's a lot, it's a lot. Now that, don't get me wrong, there are quite a number who have married and have married right into good families, and they are enjoying it. In fact, they could not have asked for better to what they get. But there are some that have gotten into it and is not just palatable at all. They can't even boast of one thing that is working out for them in that marriage. Okay, so how do we now, are we do we then put ourselves first when we get into marriage? Because at the end of the day, it's two shall become one, and you're putting the other person into consideration. But when the other person is not putting you into consideration, giving you due respect, giving you the same love that you're pouring in, getting to truly be a part of that person's life. Meanwhile, you're trying all your best to do this, but the other person is not. So as women now, and they've groomed us to be apologies. I mean, network just took me out. But hey, we're back. This is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, and this is still the program Highlands. All right, so if you let's quickly hear your thoughts on this. And then there's one particular one that I want us to touch, but maybe tomorrow we'll start off with that. And still, this has to do with, chemicals that get into our food, but tomorrow we'll start off with that. So let's touch on this, Ibinabo. What's your thoughts on the kind of things and the pressure that we get to face in marriages, in in-laws' homes, and then we get to, hide all of this just in a way of protecting, the man or protecting the family we are married into.
Okay, thank you. You see, relationship has a lot to do with trust. And when it comes to marriage like this, I mean, there's an element of love there, or at least there's this friendship. And there's this thing about, you see, people always say that women are this and that, but I tell you, many times women want to protect their husbands.
Yeah.
Because marriage don't take pose. You don't take raise shoulders. See my husband now dogu. So you don't want anyone to hear anything that will bring him down from that high pedestal you have placed him. So at the end of the day, you want to protect him, even to your own detriment, even to your own pains and frustration. And unfortunately, if such a man is very selfish, if he is conniving, if he is wicked, everything you are doing will not be appreciated. Rather, it will rather accept what you are doing and make others believe that is the truth. In as much as he knows that all you are trying to do is just to protect his interest, to shield him from embarrassment, to shield him from, people making mockery of him, laughing at him. It doesn't happen like that to every man, though. But some men are like that. When you tell stories to make your man look like the king himself, the Odogu himself, he begins to live in that world of lies. He now stays out of reality and begin to assume that those lies as if they were real. If you get to the point, see, as much as, yes, I love my husband, but even anyone that will allow me to keep taking the bullet for him without protecting me, that man I should not protect. It doesn't matter whatever, how long we have been married. A man who sees that all this woman is doing is she keeps taking the bullet, she keeps taking all the blame just to protect him from people's nasty comment, protecting him from being an object of ridicule and all of that. And we are doing nothing to guide me to protect me to when the need arises. All of us go open our clothes. Because this woman, actually, this particular woman, I have followed her for a while now. In my own mind, in my own conclusion, I want to say I understood when I saw this particular video why she stayed. This was a young lady who never had love from her parents. Was passed, she lived from family to family. She even at a point she had to sleep on the street. At a point she stayed with friends. At a point when she started, making headway gradually, the people who had helped her those days became envious. So she had been through a lot. So now eventually getting married and falling in love with a man, I'm not surprised she spent so many years protecting a man who wouldn't protect her for a day. And I want to say this to every woman out there. It is good to protect your man. That is why you are his wife, you are his better half. It is good to always speak good of your husband when the need arises. But if you're not getting any form, life is all about reciprocity.
Yeah.
getting any, he's not able to reciprocate all these good things you are doing for him, that is, he doesn't appreciate you. So why bother? Why bother? This is not about, especially when it is hurting you. You are hurting. You know that you're not the one at fault. And then nobody is even saying, ah, you are such a good person, and appreciate you for it and encourage you. At least if you cannot do anything, I mean, encourage me, give me more love, stand by me at all time, and make me feel that you appreciate what I'm doing. Because when you love a man, you don't want him to be embarrassed, you don't want anybody to ridicule, you don't want him to be pushed under the bus. You want to be his angel, you want to protect him, you want to be his lawyer, you want to be his mouthpiece, you want to be everything for him, because you don't want him to be ridiculed. But if he's not going to reciprocate this, then he is not worth it. And let us talk about sterility. You see, there is a mistake we make a lot of times. This is very common, even in the relationship of educated people. There's something we call sterility. The fact that a man can get erection does not mean he's not sterile. He can be sterile, yet he can have erection. So having erection and ejaculation does not mean that you are not sterile.
Yeah.
You need to check yourself out. Because as a man, as a sterile man, you can have normal erection, you can have normal sexual desires, you can have normal ejaculation, but still be sterile if your spermatozoa count is 0 or very low. Some people tell you, it must be my wife. Look at me, I'm a full man.
I'm a full man.
So at the end of the day, all you are producing, not be anything. Now water, like say money now water. Water, it is nothing. It doesn't carry the capacity to impregnate a woman.
All right.
So please, yes, if you love a man and he's sterile, and you sit down and you discuss it, you love him, you don't want to leave him, you can discuss adoption and other means of having children. Or maybe you just want to stay like that because you don't want to leave this man, and this man loves you so much, you love him so much, it's your prerogative. But for someone to come and carry the dome of the salad on top of your head, you can't carry the hawk them up and down like say they sell bread. I won't support that. It's fair. Life is one. Life has no duplicate.
Not duplicate at all.
A woman gets to a stage in her life and she can no longer give birth because menopause are setting. So you cannot afford to waste your time, except it's an agreement between the two of you. So you have agreed to live that life. It's your prerogative. You are free to make you're an adult. But for you to say you are protecting one man, we no protect you. Almost, if you don't like me for it, it's your headache. It is not. Life has to be fair. At least you are your husband. You cannot be going to face goes outside and come home and be facing another goes. You won't buy the woman, you won't kill her.
Okay.
Please.
All right. Thank you very much, Ibinambo. This is where we'll wrap it up for today. Let's know what we're doing, honestly. Let's know what we're doing. If you're doing so much for one person and the person is not giving you half as much as you're doing, then think about it. Think twice about it. Thank you so much, Binabo, for today. Do lot to enjoy your day and the rest of the week. Tomorrow will be here by God's grace to take you on the program, Lens. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser. Do lot also have a great day, but stay with us right here on Women Radio FM 91.7. Good morning.